Uh,
Hey, man.
hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You're looking a little rough there. Are you tired?
Yeah, it's been a long week. I don't know what my deal is. I've been drinking coffee. I've been drinking, taking my vitamins, all that good stuff.
Are you getting
And
enough sleep?
well, I don't know if I'm getting enough sleep or not. Apparently, we have people out there getting some sleep. Uh, let's see here. So, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I need to give me a minute here.
Okay. What
Take
what
this
are
thing
you
with
what are you
sit down
doing?
here. What's that?
What are you
I'm tired and I'm gonna
are
plug in
are
some
those
stuff.
are those jumper
See, just
cables?
hold on, man. I've got to concentrate what
Are
I'm
those
doing.
jumper
Okay,
Mike?
now
I'm a little
my,
scared,
my
Mike.
battery. This should wake me up. Let's see here. Think I don't get them
I
crossed.
think we're gonna start the show.
I think I can't get.
It's the Speaking Nerdy podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Silly.
And my nerdy friend, Mr. Ricky Poe. Glad you started the show. That was gonna hurt.
So, I, yeah, I'm with you, Jason Hamilton. So I just realized I have to re-edit our intro audio.
Yeah. Oh, do
The
you?
audio's too loud.
Yeah, it was a little loud, was it?
It's a little
Okay.
loud.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, so
It's all right.
I'll have to fix that for next week. But
That's fine. That's fine. Just keep. Yeah, I mean, we might as
If-
well just do one. A whole new one. How you were like that?
no, I'm not doing a whole new
Okay,
one.
good, good.
I did a whole new one for this week.
Yeah,
and
that's
this
good.
is
And
the
this is-
Speaking Nerdy podcast.
That's right. We're speaking
Our-
nerdy. Yes.
We changed the name of the show again.
Again, we went
Again.
from. That's right. We started from something about nothing, something about something, and speaking nerdy.
So,
So
and why did we change the name, Mike? Should we? We probably
changed-
should discuss this.
I think we should know. Don't go away, people. Yeah. For the longest time, we've been trying to, this is geekdom that we do here, and
Yeah.
a lot of time the name something about something really is too general for the audience or people that are seeking a nerd podcast. You see something about something, it's very general.
Yeah.
And so for the longest time, we've talked about let's rebrand and let's do something that says what we do, which we basically talk nerdy
Yes.
for an hour and a half. Well, more than that.
Pretty
but
much.
Anyhow, so we decided, well, let's look for something. Well, the hardest thing is to find something that's not taken. So
Yes.
we
yes.
looked and we looked and we looked, and believe it or not, speaking nerdy was not taken. Now, so that was pretty exciting for us. So we have
Yep.
it, and
And
so
you
anyway,
can now find us everywhere at Speaking Nerdy.
That's right, speaking
If
nerdy.
if we are on a social media platform, you can find us at Speaking Nerdy and at speakingnerdy.com. Is that correct?
Yes, it's a work in progress, but it is there. We have
Jason
it there.
Hamilton says he knows. I hate change.
Yeah, that's why we did it. That was the main reason we did it.
Jason said, "I don't like it. Put it back."
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll give you the old video, and you can play it
Just before the show
just
starts.
before the show, and then you can
That's
enter
exactly
into
right.
it. So that's exactly right.
Exactly right.
Well, I know we seem like a little late on the game, but we had what was it last weekend? Last week we did. I can't remember what we did last week. What did we do last week? I know the week before that
We
did
talked some Star Wars stuff. We talked a little bit about Bad
we
Batch
did a little
last
bit of
week.
everything. Yeah, we did a little bit of everything. And then we went ahead, and before that was the May the 4th be with you. And then prior to that, we were going to do the Falcon and Winter Soldier, but we're doing
Kept
that
having
this
to put
week.
it off.
Yeah, so I mean, by now there should be no spoilers for you people out there. I mean, And you're thinking, okay, Falcon Winter Soldier happened, what, 4 weeks ago, guys? You're just now
At
getting
least.
to it?
At
Well,
least.
we're not talking about the show. We're talking about where this show can lead, the different
Yes.
paths that's going to lead. Because me and Ricky was talking, and we did some research, and there's so much that this show is going to fork out, and there's a lot of, we're going to talk about what we think, maybe some rumors, I don't know, maybe some truth. Sometimes we speak truth, not all the time. So I was figuring we're
have
going
to
talk
see.
about the net, and we need, and we want the audience to comment.
Yes.
Especially on the things that we're talking about. You have any suggestions, any ideas that you have about where, the ending of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, where it's going to take us and how it's going to affect the MCU universe.
Yep.
Please chime in. But
And let us know where you're watching from. We love to hear from our audience.
That's right. The podcast wife is not with us tonight. But she will be with us next week. So
Somebody more than Jason Hamilton should comment.
yeah, please, because it's gonna get old real quick. So anyway, there he goes again. So anyway,
I suggest the
thank you.
Speaking Nerdy podcast is a good switch.
Okay,
Thank you,
good.
Jason. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
So
Michael McCon says he wants more Baron Zemo.
and that's on the topic, and I do too.
Hey, he's watching from YouTube's.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you, Michael, from watching from the YouTubes.
By the way, we have 69 subscribers so far on YouTube. We want to break 100. Now, once we break 100, we can own the name with the URL. So
Yep.
help us do that. We'll actually post the the link in the comments later tonight. Let's not forget that. And so, anyhow, besides the topic tonight, do you have anything interesting, any nerd news of the week?
I don't have a whole lot. There was one quick thing was that I can't find my notes. I hate it when that happens.
Hey, that's awesome.
Black Panther
Folks, we're
did
getting
get
this-
a name.
Just because we
notes.
changed our name, you're getting the same quality crap that you always expect from
Yep.
us. So
Exactly
just,
what
hey,
you pay for. Exactly what you
right.
pay for. So Black
So-
Panther does have a name now, the Black Panther 2. It is
Yeah.
going to be called Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And they are going to, the stated goal that I'm reading is that they are going to focus on the wider world of Wakanda in this movie, which is going to really go along with the Disney Plus show that's supposed to be coming up as well. Now we're a couple of years out from this one. I mean, well, we're more than a year out, I think. I believe the last I saw, Wakanda Forever was going to be in mid 2022 release or late 2022 release. I don't remember which, but we're a ways out from that. I don't know who's a G.I. Joe fan, but there is a new trailer for a Snake Eyes movie.
Snake Eyes, I saw that.
Yeah. So if you're into G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes might be up your alley. I watched the trailer and it is every bit the action movie that you would expect it to be.
Seems like they're trying to capitalize on a Marvel version. It almost seems like, but
yeah, it's like, hey, Marvel's releasing a kung fu movie. Maybe we should release a martial arts movie as well.
let's capitalize on that.
we're gonna do the samurai thing.
That's right.
With G.I.
Totally
Joe.
different. That's right.
So totally different, but exactly the same, except with guns.
It's funny you mentioned Wakanda because later on tonight, I have some ideas and some theories how all of this can play in the MCU universe. So, we'll go from there. But also, too, interesting, if you're in technology, I was reading a report and it was from, I believe it was from MSNBC. And right now we have a huge shortage of graphic cards. Well, NVIDIA has come out saying that they're going to start producing some more for late May and sell them at a price that people can afford. Now, in their minds, what they're doing, and they're putting limiters on there. So what it is that it will detect if you're using it for mining or not, Bitcoin. But the problem is it's driver firmware, which, the same people are doing the Bitcoin.
You could just
they're gonna
override
hack
that, right?
it. Yeah, they're going to hack it.
Absolutely going to hack it.
So I don't understand it, because it's supposed to be
a little weird.
yeah, it's supposed to be driver based, where basically, and then later on, when it goes back to the way it is, they'll unlock it for you. Something seems strange about that. So anyway, I hope, right now with the whole, and I'm in the tech stuff right now, but after the whole thing with our good friend with Tesla, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
The situation where he was going on Saturday Night Live, and he was being really bit on cryptocurrency, Bitcoin.
Yes.
And after Saturday Night Live, it was such a woo, it went down.
Yeah.
And of course, it didn't help either that Elon Musk also said that Tesla would not take Bitcoin. He retracted on that because his investor says, I don't think so. So right now,
Crazy.
Bitcoin went down like 30%, some 40%, depending on Dogecoins and all that stuff. So yeah, it's weird. I don't get into all of that. I got people at work who love talking about it. I'm just waiting for the whole thing to fall apart so I can get me a video card that doesn't cost $3,000. So anyway,
Exactly. Well, I do have one other thing that I noticed is the rumored Masters of the Universe movie, live action movie, and they originally were saying that Noah Centino was going to play Prince Adam, He-Man.
Oh yeah, He-Man.
But they are now saying that, or he is saying that he is not attached to the movie and is not planning.
Really?
He is no longer attached to the project. That actually Collider actually mentioned that. So that's interesting. So that kind of brings into question, is that still going to even be a thing? Because now you don't have a lead actor.
Yeah.
And Centino is actually currently shooting his role for the Black Adam movie. He's going to be playing Atom Smasher in the Black Adam movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But so we'll have to see how all that plays out. Masters of the Universe does have 2 upcoming animated series on Netflix. So if you're into Masters, yep. So if you're into Masters of the Universe, your Masters of the Universe goodness is going to be
that's awesome.
Coming along soon. I say goodness with the assumption that it's actually going to be good. I knew something was up because the toys relaunched.
Yeah.
You remember like 6 months ago, the toys started relaunching, and I'm like, there's something up. Somebody's got some plan.
Well, why don't they just bring back Dolph Lundgren? Right? The guy who played originally He-Man, the guy who played the Russian in Rocky.
Yes.
Let's
love me some
that.
Dolph Lundgren. Didn't he play Punisher as well?
I don't know if he played
an early Punisher movie.
The early one. That I don't remember. I don't remember that. But yeah. So, yeah. Well, anyway, but we got a lot to cover tonight. I tell you what.
Want to do some stupid news?
Yeah, let's go stupid tonight. We already.
It's the Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
I got to change that title too. I need to change that. Something about something.
Oh, it still says something about something.
It's okay. That's all right. It is what it is. So
you have that one, so you'll have to change that.
I'll do that one. But yeah, it's speaking.
Yeah,
of Tesla,
actually, all these videos need to be changed. I'm just going to remove them so
we'll just
don't play the extra ones.
No, that's right. Speaking of Tesla, this is it's funny that I mentioned this earlier, but apparently a motorist was arrested after an officer observed him in the back seat of a Tesla driving on the San Francisco Bay Freeway.
Wait, he was in the back seat?
Yes.
Driving. So literally a backseat driver?
Basically, yes.
But nobody was in the driver's seat?
Nobody was in the driver's seat, no.
That's
I think it's
that's just not cool, dude. That's not how that's supposed to work.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think they think they have the autopilot, but that's not where the Tesla is at yet, as far as I know.
No, it is not.
No,
by design, the you are told during the operation of
Yes,
autopilot
that's
that you
right.
must hover your hands over the wheel
That's right.
so that if something happens, you can instantly take control again.
That's right. Take control. That's what I like to say. That's what I always say to my wife. Take control. Uh, but no, it's the guy's name is Param Sharma, which that's his name. 25 was arrested for alleged reckless driving and disobeying a police officer. The Highway Patrol said a statement on Tuesday. Multiple 911 calls Monday evening reported a person seated in the back seat of a Tesla Model 3 without anyone in the driver's seat while the vehicle traveled on the Interstate 80 across the San Francisco Bay Bridge. The Bay
Oh
Bridge, by
my
the way.
gosh.
A highway patrol officer spotted the Tesla, confirmed the solo occupant was in the back seat, took action to stop the car, and saw the occupant move to the driver's seat in the process.
Imagine
Before,
that.
before the, I mean, it's not like one of those things where you don't have your seat belt, you know, and you get pulled over and you try to put it on and act like, you know, oh, I had it the whole long, officer. That's you climbing over a seat to get to the driver car, you know, to the wheels. So, but
That
anyways,
is insane.
yeah.
You know, that is going to be, that will be the death of autopilot. You know,
Oh yeah,
it will,
yeah.
it there will be some federal regulation because of knuckleheads like him that will
Oh, I
cause
know.
autopilot to no longer exist.
Yeah, Tesla's responded, and so Tesla says on its website in its owner manual that both systems are not fully autonomous, and the drivers must be ready to intervene at any time. But drivers, and not only this one, but drivers have repeatedly zoned out with autopilot in use, resulting in at least 3 U.S. deaths when neither the system nor the driver stops for obstacles in the road. Yeah, that's a big no-no. I mean,
Yeah, that's
can
just
you?
not the way it's supposed to work.
No,
You're not supposed to read a book. You're not supposed to. It's just supposed to relax your body a little bit.
exactly. You know, this guy right here looks like he's a responsible driver. So there you go.
That looks, yeah.
Yeah, back
That's
of
the
the
kind
seat.
of guy. That's the kind of guy who posts himself on Instagram showing that he's not driving the car.
Exactly.
See, I think Tesla needs to add a feature where if someone's not in the driver's seat,
Yeah.
the autopilot pulls the car over to the side and stops.
There you go.
I think
And
that should be a feature. Tesla, you can pay me later for that great idea. That needs to be a new feature in the next upgrade. That because I'm sure they have seat sensors already.
Oh yeah.
You know, that
and
thing is so complex and so computerized. It's
yeah.
got seat sensors for everything. Just turn on the seat sensor, and if somebody's not there, you can't turn on the autopilot. And if somebody
would
gets out
also,
of the
yeah.
seat, you turns it off.
Yeah. I would also add a you know, an AI in there that would verbally you know, be verbally abusive to the driver. You know, obscenities and anything else to embarrass
Michael,
that driver
get
on the
back
side.
in the driver's seat, Michael.
Yes. Yes. Sounds like my dad.
I was
But
gonna say, it's going to start
yeah,
sounding like Kit from Knight Rider here in a minute.
that's right. But and he could drive himself. So anyway,
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
this is weird. You know, sometimes you have a situation with your neighbor and you just had enough of it, and you'll just put like a, I don't know, like a very tall wall or fence between you and your neighbor because you've had enough. Well, apparently, a man has reportedly retaliated against a neighbor with cow dung in a small Michigan town. Yes, I said cow dung. Wayne Limbaugh.
Ew.
That's nasty. Wayne Lambert, the neighbor who claims a 250-foot wall of manure was erected following a property line dispute.
250-foot long wall of poo.
Yes, exactly
That
right.
is ridiculous.
There you go.
Oh
There's
my
the,
goodness.
Yes, he
Oh
is
my
full
gosh.
of yes.
That
he is,
field is full of it. Oh my
yes,
gosh.
yes.
That is amazing.
Isn't that something? That's amazing to me. The unusual divider separates two properties in the township. Right now, there's a civil dispute over it, of course. Aside from serving as a a physical divider, Lambert and his tenant to Fox 2, the manure will come with a powerful stench. The farmer who built the wall, whose identity has been remained anonymous, denied that the organic structure is a poop wall. Well, yes, it is. He said it's a compost fence. That's what he calls
compost
fence. That makes sense.
That
makes sense. Manure is not listed as an ideal compositable material under the EPA, but knowledgeable agricultural experts say it's an all right thing to do, including one guide from North Dakota University. But the compost fence tutorial, they actually have a compost fence tutorial, doityourself.com, that builds fences that are meant to keep animals out of compost. And so anyway, but yeah, that's it right there. So if you get mad at your neighbor, you know what to do. You can find yourself some cow manure, or go to
where do you get 250 feet of poo? That's a lot of cow.
That is a lot of cow. Yeah. I mean, think about it. I mean, where do you have to go to get that? I mean, I guess you can go to Washington, but I mean,
we don't get political here.
I know. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Back to the. Actually, I'm not.
That
but
was
that's
funny.
Okay.
I'm not sorry at all.
No, I'm not. I know. This is something, and I'm gonna. Believe me, I have blurred this out. So let's go there.
Jason Hamilton says Taco Tuesday.
That's right.
where you get 250 feet of poo.
Wow.
Yes. Way to go, Jason.
Yes, that's right. So a man turned up in a virtual court. Now, Zoom is a big deal now. Because of, and so there was a court hearing, and so there's Zoom trials now.
Yeah.
Apparently, a man turned up on a virtual court hearing with his.
Oh my gosh! Really?
Yes, he was.
Really?
Yes.
That was his name on Zoom.
Yes, that was his name on Zoom. Among the judge and different other people, different court officers.
Oh
yes.
my gosh!
You don't have to use. I mean, I blocked out as much as I could, so to keep it as friendly.
I think I can figure out. I can figure out what that says.
So if you're on Wheel of Fortune, you know exactly what that is, correct? You wouldn't.
My goodness!
So the man was almost charged with contempt of court, really, after he turned up at a virtual court hearing with that. Yes, but
Jason wants to know what he does in his spare time. I think the name says.
I think it does. Yes,
explains.
Apparently, and apparently he is Inspector 3000. So anyway, as
Michael says that looks like contempt of court to me. I'm with you on that one, Michael.
Yes. Nathaniel Jackson was appearing before the judge, Jeffrey Middleton, in St. Joseph County, in the U.S. state of Michigan, for a drug charge. That's not going to help him. A video for the encounter has gone viral on social media. Saxon replied, well, let's say, the furious judge, your name is not. The judge actually has said that your name is not, let's just say, butt fudger, 3000. And bottom line is that he was embarrassed, and he explained that his sister was on before. And how
does that explain anything? That is more horrific.
His sister went on before and put that as his name before his court appearance.
I'm just gonna say, if that's true, that is the prank of the century.
Yeah.
Oh, you're about to. Oh, you got your court date here in a minute on Zoom. Hold on,
yeah.
I just need to use your computer for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it was good. I had my brethren for 10 years, so that worked out well. I got all the gifts during the holidays.
I want
So
to make sure I help my brother.
I hope we don't
Oh
give
my
anybody some
goodness.
ideas. So yeah, that's it, man. That's stupid news. I don't have anything else to
Oh
top
my
that.
goodness. Oh, that's it. Brr.
Man,
That's
do we
funny,
have
man.
anybody out there? I'm surprised Mr. Todd V is not out there. I may think I made a mistake. I think I did it. I put it on our group page too. Usually, do they watch from the group page? That means that we're not going to see people from our on the show. On the Is that how that works sometimes?
Uh, no, I mean,
No,
I
you don't think
shared
so?
it to our page. I thought I shared
To
it.
our
Did
group
I?
group.
Is it not on our main page? I
It
don't
was on
know.
our main page, but I
I
shared
shared
it
it
from
to
my
the
main
group
page.
too.
Okay, well, good. Then maybe they got tired of me and you both sharing it to the group, and they decide we're not going to do that tonight.
That could
So
be a
anyhow,
thing. That could
that's
be a
okay.
thing.
Maybe people are like Jason; they don't like change. All of a sudden, they're going, "Wait a minute,
They don't
something
know who
nerdy."
we are or what they're.
Oh, I think it's because they know who we are, and that's why they're not watching tonight. Uh,
That is.
that's right. So tonight we're going to talk about. Tonight is we're going to call it the Big Three. What's the Big Three?
Uh,
Aliens,
aliens,
androids, and
androids, and
wizards. Okay.
wizards.
We're
Yes.
not going to so
Okay.
much talk about the show itself, but what it's going to catapult and what we think it's going to launch in the MCU universe. So,
Yes.
yeah. So anyway, uh, so what
Yeah.
do you think? What do you? Let's talk about the ending of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Talk to me about that.
The
What do you think?
ending of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know why Jason Hamilton said "uh-oh."
I don't know. Maybe we did
I
something.
thought it was. I really liked it. I thought it was
Yeah.
good. I thought everything resolved well. Um, I'm happy with it was always the conjecture that Sam was going to be Cap. I don't think I'm spoiling
Yeah, I
anything
don't
there.
know.
That's pretty much a done deal. That was pretty much a thing that Marvel had been pointing at for a long, long time.
Oh yeah, I
I
mean,
was glad. I was glad he finally took up the uniform. He finally took up the shield. I think he looks really good doing it. I'm happy
yeah.
with Bucky's resolution in the end. I feel like that's a good resolution. Probably we can talk about where we think he's going next at some
Yeah.
point in the show. I
Yeah.
think, but I'm pleased with it. I think the big thing is the government going to be happy that Sam still
Yeah,
has the shield
exactly. Yeah.
and that
Well,
Sam has
yeah.
a costume.
Well, I mean, like I said, if you haven't seen it, then what's the matter with you? So anyway, uh, so consider tonight whatever you want to call it. But so let's recap. So Sam Wilson is Cap.
Yeah.
Bucky's confession, and even the hardest confession to his older
Bucky
Asian
feels
friend.
like he is no longer the Winter
Yes.
Soldier, basically.
Yes, he is.
Um,
Sharon Carter's the power broker. That's
yeah. So she's
yeah. That's what
kind
we're
of a bad guy now.
kind of bad guy now, even though she saved, Sam. And but yeah, then we have yeah, give it
Okay.
So and then John Walker, he's a U.S. agent,
Yep.
and Contessa Valentine Raga de Fontaine, which is played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, which
Yes.
is very odd, but at the same time, it's very compelling.
I
As I was doing
think they're going
research,
to
I've gotten more and more into this.
I think they are going to use her as the anti Nick Fury.
Oh yeah, she's going to be the. Oh yeah, definitely. She's going to be kind of the funnier, darker side
Yes. Very much so.
counterpart of. Yes, that's basically.
Michael McCann says, I thought Sam's talk at the end was good without being preachy. I liked his speech at the end. I thought it was
Yeah,
decent.
yeah. I think at the end he focused on unity.
Yeah.
Don't want to get in all that stuff, but anyway, I think at the end it spoke. I think it spoke to everyone.
Yeah.
I really liked it. So good for
And Michael brings up a good point here. The very end title card.
yeah.
The very end title card, they changed the name of the show from Falcon and Winter Soldier to Captain America, and
America
the
and
Winter
White
Soldier.
Yes.
And the Winter Soldier. And Michael says they should have changed it to Captain America and the White Wolf, because that was his nickname in
Wakanda.
And honestly, I kind of agree with Michael, because I think making that change would have given him more of a closure, more of
Yeah.
saying, they would have put a pin in it to say,
Yeah,
I'm no longer the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't, I think, kind of leaves the door open just a little bit.
Well, I think, yeah, and I have some ideas with that a little bit later concerning Bucky and being the White Wolf, you know. But anyway, and then also Zemo, he gets the last laugh.
Yep.
His butler basically blows up the Flag Smashers.
I love it. I love that Zemo has an Alfred.
Yeah, he does.
Zemo
Exactly.
literally has an Alfred that does things for him.
At first I couldn't. What's going on here? I didn't recognize the butler at first in any way, and I'm thinking, who is the guy who just blew up? These armored transport trucks, and then I realized, after that it shows, actually shows Zemo. I mean, here's a dude right here. Okay, looks like Alfred.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so here's Zemo. He's in the Raft, which is the maximum security prison out in the middle of nowhere. And of course, at the very end, after the explosion, you see Zemo just reading a book, smiling, enjoying himself. So he doesn't seem really bothered about his accommodations. So I really do. I want to see more of Zemo. I think he's a fascinating character, and I'm wondering, do you think, part of me, I'm looking at Zemo's future, and do you see some Thunderbolts coming out of that deal?
That is something I have been saying since day one of seeing Zemo and what they were trying to do with him. I think they're going to do some kind of Thunderbolts thing at some point. I'm just not sure how they're going to do it. I don't know if, because there's lots of ways they could go.
Yeah,
they could go as an actual, Suicide Squad type deal.
Yeah, they could do that.
Or they could go, Valerie could come in, and we could see John Walker leading a bunch of villains who are Thunderbolts.
That. Yeah.
And he doesn't even realize they're really bad guys, or we could see Zemo legitimately start his own group and farm them out to the government, because the Avengers aren't around to do things.
Yeah. But, I see, Contessa reminds me of kind of the DC version of Amanda Waller, And I could see that, she's kind of that deal there. But
Michael says, I will say this. I was almost rooting for Zemo. If you never saw Civil War, he would come off as a good guy. Maybe as an anti-hero kind of villain.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not, it's not that he wants to destroy the world. He just wants there to not be superheroes.
He doesn't want to watch it burn. No, he just, No, he has this anger against mutants and anything with super abilities for what they did. I mean, the core of it is his family was killed because they were a casualty of what happened. So anyway, but
he has that Marvel tries really hard to make sympathetic villains, and they do a pretty good job of it, actually.
Yeah, they really do. I mean,
I'm not a huge fan of sympathetic villains, but Marvel has done a good job of making you feel sympathetic.
Yeah, they really have. And with that, there's, I love Sam Wilson's new look.
Oh yeah, looks great. I think they did the comics justice with this one, and still have that MCU difference, because that's been a big thing, is that, some people will complain, well, the costumes aren't comic accurate. Well,
Yeah.
that's okay.
It's
They're
okay.
more,
It doesn't.
Marvel has made them more realistically appropriate,
Yeah, for
and
modern times. Yeah, for now,
have the
yeah.
feel of the
Yeah,
comic
exactly.
book. It's
Yeah.
got they've balanced it well, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, what do you think? And of course, at the end, and everybody knew this was building up with Sharon Carter. Everybody knew that she was going to eventually be war power broker. But you know what? Nobody
Yeah.
actually said power broker, though. No one.
Well,
at least
I
have
didn't.
you-
I actually was on another show, and we were discussing this, and everybody was saying she's going to be the power broker, and I was like, I don't think so. I really hope not.
Yeah.
And then the longer the show went on, it was like, yeah, she's going to be the power broker. I just don't want her to be. And then, so the joke goes around
Yeah.
that villains never use iPhones. And she doesn't use an iPhone.
Yeah.
She uses an Android.
You're gonna get some comments from our audience on that, but
Hey, no,
No,
Ryan Johnson said it in a video that,
Oh, yeah?
this is the secret of superhero films or of movies like this. Villains never use an iPhone.
that's funny.
And
Let's see here. Yeah, I guess that's what she has.
Jason
She has an
Hamilton
iPhone. There
says,
you go.
no, she doesn't have an iPhone. She's got an Android.
Oh,
It's
does
hard to
she?
tell
Well,
there. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but she does. Jason
Yeah, the
Hamilton says
Android.
because iPhones suck.
Yeah, that's
Because, no, Jason, it's because you're a villain.
I think he can agree to that. He can agree to that. Well, now here's some things, and I was reading and researching on, and let's ponder this. This may not be the case, but let's ponder this. Let's ruminate on this right now. And I
Okay.
thought this could be you know where I'm going with this. So
I have no idea where you're going.
I seen this from I think it was from IGN or was from GameSpot, but is Sharon Carter an actual Skrull?
See, I
I
don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, but I know Secret Wars is in the works.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
what I'm-
screws up everything.
everything. Yes, it does.
Jason Hamilton says, of course I'm a villain. With my good looks. I think he means looks.
No,
My good
Lux.
looks.
Let's say Lux. Let's just say Lux. I know him.
Love you, Jason. Thanks for being on the show with
Lots
us.
of love.
Oh man. So I hope not, because
Well, let me
I'm super afraid that we're gonna get there one day and they're gonna do the Dallas thing. Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, everybody was a Skrull.
That's right.
Like,
Kinda
really?
like, for those who are not our age, but like, what was it? Saint Elsewhere. At
Yes.
the end, the kid with the globe. Anyway, yeah, we lost people. But anyhow, well, man, honestly,
Or
at the very end-
Newhart, Newhart.
Yes, Newhart.
He wakes
There you
up
go.
with his wife from the original. The
I
Bob
actually
Newhart
like that
show.
one. I thought that was pretty original. But anyhow, but in that scene, she's walking down and she's, she talks about how she has access. We have access
Yeah.
to all kinds of weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
While she was talking, there was a part of me that thought that she could be talking to Nick Fury. Maybe not as a Skrull, but maybe he's pulling some strings since Shield is no longer around, and then Sword, is kind of iffy on where they
Yeah.
are ethically, and so maybe
And Sword is, well, gets kind of weird because in the comics, Sword meant something slightly different than it does in the MCU.
yeah,
And it was based on space,
yeah,
outer space primarily,
Yeah.
where Shield was based more on Earth. But they changed the wording so that it's not sentient world, it's sentient
Yeah.
weapon for the
Gotcha. Yeah.
MCU. So it can be either or. So that gets a little weird. But then they talk about, and I know this kind of throws back to the previous show, the WandaVision show.
Yeah.
You know, WandaVision, we get the impression that Sword does a lot of their stuff. You know, they have astronauts. You know,
Yeah,
that's their
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
So that kind of gets weird. But then we have Nick Fury out in space somewhere with a bunch of Skrulls, which kind of screws up everything
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
we got
But
so
I'm
many
thinking,
things in motion. Yeah.
well, see, here's my problem with her being part of Skrull Nation with Nick Fury. Okay, because you have Skrulls in outer space with Skrull technology. What exactly does the government of the United States have that is worth stealing if you've got Skrulls with spaceships?
That's true. That's true.
That is my one flaw with
And
the idea that she was talking to Nick Fury.
well, the thing, I don't know. She may now. It could be possible that she has, she's not a scroll, but she actually is working for Nick Fury, and maybe the government does have hold of weapons that are pretty advanced that they found alien technology, and Nick Fury is trying to get as much as he can get available to prepare for this invasion. So
Maybe.
I mean that's a no. I know it's far stretched, but Marvel's done some stuff. They've kind of went
They
out there on
do.
a couple of things. So I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's not. It's an idea.
They definitely have moved things around so much that that anything is possible. Michael McCann says something about what about vibranium, and but that's the Wakanda thing. Like, how much vibranium does the United States have?
Yeah.
They lost the Vision because he flew off somewhere.
Yeah.
They don't have the shield right now because Sam has it.
Yeah.
Is he going to get to keep it? That's a question mark.
I don't think he's going to keep it, but
I think he's going to keep it, or is the government going to make him an outlaw for it? Is the question. Or are they going to go, okay, we're good with this new Captain America? We're really not good with this new Captain America.
I think that's going to be the case, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Sharon Carter, a Skrull, she could be. I hope she's not.
No,
I just don't like that being
I-
the answer to everything.
No, I don't want her to be a scroll. As far as though, having, still in contact with her old boss and then working together, that I don't have a problem with.
Yeah, I really just
don't
hope
know.
she's jaded and
Yeah.
I just can't get out of this. I can't get out of the bad thing that I've started.
Well,
I hope that's who she is now.
that's kind of like us. We can't stop this thing that we've started. So, yeah, unfortunately, but now,
So true.
but yeah, the next person as of course, we have another one. We have, John Walker.
John
And-
Walker,
But I'm more
U.S.
fascinated.
agent.
But at first we were kidding around, but I have been really interested in Julius Dreyfus' character.
Yes.
Because there's so much there.
There is a lot of comic history with that character.
Well, and also too, they were originally what was reported from Variety. They originally, I don't know, it was supposed to be Julius Dreyfus or not, but they were supposed to have her on the Black Widow
Yes.
movie, and she was supposed to be on there, and because of the pandemic and scheduling, they
Yep.
put her on.
Everything went weird.
everything-
She was supposed to be in Black Widow
Exactly.
because we were supposed to go Black Widow, Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Exactly.
then WandaVision.
Yes.
And everything's all messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, the whole thing is off now. And that I started doing some research, and it goes to tie back with, Natasha,
Yeah.
And in the relationship there. And do you know much about the what is it? The Red Book, the Red Room Academy?
Not a lot. I'm familiar with it just a little bit.
I mean, apparently it's, I guess, an organization that was started after World War One by the Russians. You know, they take, you know, young women who have no family and they kind of brainwash them, train them as assassins, and they believe that Contessa is also from that same mold. So so I think there's a lot of tie in there. Plus, I guess there's a association called Lithiad. Oh man, I had it. Lithiad, help me out here because I'm
I don't know.
well. There was a another group that was competing with Hydra. Leviathan,
Leviathan. Okay.
Leviathan, and so I think we're going to see that. I think
That's a
Leviathan is
possibility.
going. I think that's going to be kind of your new Hydra. That
Now,
maybe,
see, that could make sense.
yeah,
Now, because Valerie, at one time in the comics,
yeah,
was known as Lady Hydra. So
yeah,
it could be interesting to put her, attach her to some other
yeah,
bad organization that
yeah,
she's undercover,
yeah.
on in the U.S. government. I'm assuming she's part of the government at this point.
That's, I don't know. I
That
think
that
she,
seems so strange to me. I can only come up with that she has to be part of the government because the government was having basically a trial for
yeah,
John Walker in this room,
yeah,
and it's the same room that he's changing in when he
yeah,
puts on his new
exactly.
costume. So I'm like, she's got to be part of the government. Otherwise, it's kind of like, oh, hey, I know I don't work here, but can I like borrow this empty conference room
Yeah,
from the
exactly.
government for a few
Yeah,
hours for my
yeah,
new superhero to change his clothes? That
yeah,
doesn't make
exactly.
sense.
Yeah,
So I have to think she's part of the government in some way.
yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that, you make a good point. You know,
Michael says she has been a member of Shield, Hydra, and Leviathan.
yeah, yeah, the Russian shield he was
Yeah.
mentioning on there. Yeah, and you know, and I think honestly, I think John Walker doesn't know really what he's getting into, and I think there's a lot of secrecy to that.
Yeah.
And so, but you know, and the thing is like right now, and I don't know. Well, I know you wanted to talk about something, you know, and I'm going to go ahead and let you do that.
Okay.
And I may have to step out for a moment, just for a
Oh,
minute, and I
okay.
just give me a minute. But we talked about what we thought was Captain America, you know, in the end of
Oh
Winter
yeah, just this
Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah,
throwaway line that somebody says, "Well, I thought Steve Rogers was on the moon,"
yeah.
which is a weird comment to have.
It's on you right now. Hold on
All
there.
right. All right. The show is all me. Hey guys, it's all me. So, this is a weird deal and I'm not sure I quite understand it, but the idea of Steve Rogers being on the moon could be actually really interesting for the MCU. Because so many things could take place on the moon. Um, there have been Nick Fury bases on the moon. There is an area of the moon that's they call the blue area of the moon in the Marvel Comics series. And the blue area of the moon was created by the Skrulls, and it's Earth-like, so you got weirdness there. We got Skrulls again. The the Inhumans, which Marvel tried to do and it didn't work out well. They tried to do a show that did not work, but the Inhumans lived there in that area, in the blue area of the moon. And I want to look at this. Wait, Michael says also, what on earth does Earth have that Skrulls would want? And
That's
he
to get
says,
with a live show.
I give you time travel technology. Did you have to let the dog out?
Yes, that's what I had to do. I had to let something out. So
Oh,
anyhow, oh,
time travel.
man.
Okay, so I was just
so
talking about the blue area of the moon.
yes,
And just to catch you up really fast, Nick
yes.
Fury has had a base on the moon. The Skrulls created the blue area of the moon that's very
Okay.
Earth-like. So we've got
Okay.
Skrulls.
Okay.
We've had the Inhumans on the blue area of the moon, and which that's a possible thing you could bring up.
That's true. Yeah.
Also, you have some weirdness where the Inhumans were saved by the Fantastic Four on the blue area of the moon.
Yeah.
That's also where Uatu the Watcher hails
Gotcha, yeah.
from.
Yeah.
So, and the Watcher in the comic books traditionally was the one who was telling the what if stories.
Yes,
And we've
yeah.
got Marvel about to launch What If coming up. Marvel they're saying they're going to do a Fantastic Four movie in the future. So traveling to the blue area of the moon might not be a bad way to get your cosmic rays on to get
That's true.
your
That's true.
superpowers. That's an optimum place for Sword to have a base. There's just so many things that could be there, and there's even a weird tie-in with the X-Men on the blue area of the moon, because that's where the trial of the Dark Phoenix happened.
I've been hearing some rumors about the Fantastic Four again, about doing another film. Have you heard anything about that?
It is in the works.
It is in the works. Okay.
Well, as far as I think it's been greenlit, that's about it.
That's about it.
Because they've got a logo thing that's floating around. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely is official. It's from Marvel, but it's not. It doesn't give away anything. Like we don't have a name. We don't have actors attached. We don't have a writer attached. We don't have dates. We got nothing. But other than Feige saying we're going to do a Fantastic Four. It's going to happen. And, Steve Rogers on the moon could be an opportunity to bring the Fantastic Four in. There's just that idea that Steve Rogers is on the moon. That opens up the possibility for so many weird little things that could happen.
I don't know. And that was a question.
Jason Dupree says the Watchers were present in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. True.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I mean, that's the other question. Do you think Steve Rogers will return? I've heard some rumors about Chris Evans. I've heard about some talk. I'm not saying.
Know.
I don't know.
I could see him. I could see him. Now, this could be funny. Okay, bear with me. This is the. Hey, something stupid just popped into Ricky's head.
Oh, we're gonna go for a ride in the brain. Yes.
Yep. What if you got Chris Evans?
Yes.
Old Cap. To start popping up as the cameo on all your Marvel movies to replace Stan Lee.
There you go. I don't think that's going to happen, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. Michael says there he is, Stan Lee cameos where him portraying Uatu looking at Earth. Oh, okay. I thought I was
he was on
funny.
the same,
I thought he was on the same path as I was there
Yeah.
for just a minute.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
I know that's completely stupid and weird. Rob says that would be awesome.
Hey, Rob.
Good to have you, Rob.
Well, see, this is the thing. We know now they're starting to write Captain America 4.
Yes.
And they did an interview, and officially, Marvel has not casted anyone. They have not said anything about casting. The
assumption is that crud, I can't remember his name. Sam Wilson. Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie
will be playing Captain America, but the only person that has been signed is the showrunner from the Falcon and Winter Soldier show.
Yeah, he now the thing is, he did he did an interview with Entertainment Weekly, and he was asked about that, and he said actually he hasn't received a phone call yet about playing in
Anthony
Captain America.
Mackie.
Anthony Mackie has not
Right.
received a phone call yet. And of course he, in it, and I watched the video, he was kind of being coy, they want to avoid being Tom Holland, okay? Everybody's backing up. We are not going to be Tom Holland. We're not going to, we're going to keep our jobs, So we don't work for Sony, okay? We're in Marvel land. And so anyhow, that was interesting. And he was talking about Sebastian and how he loved him and they're good friends and how he would love to have him come back. And it was funny because I have this quote. He said, Anthony Mackie says, Sebastian is one of my dear friends. I think it's obvious that we work extremely well together. So the idea of having us as a duo, ain't a bad idea. You get glaze and you get chocolate glaze. Everybody's happy. That's what's his
Did he
quote.
really say that?
Yeah, he said everybody gets
so bad.
Oh no, it's funny. You get the glaze and you get the chocolate glaze. Everybody gets the donut they want. So, I think that's exactly what he said.
So bad.
I'm just repeating. But that goes back to Bucky to me. It's like we talked about, Michael brought up a point, Michael McCann, which I agree with. They should have ended with the White Wolf, but
Yeah.
do you think he might show up on the Black Panther 2?
I think it's very likely he will show up in Black Panther 2.
And
I don't know if he'll be I don't know if he'll be a big player in the movie, but I don't see any reason not to have him at least show up for a little bit.
Well, I could see him in the series too. I could see him.
I definitely could see him taking a part in the series,
I really
and that
do.
could be good. And what if you gave him a costume? What if you gave him a White Wolf costume that was kind of the anti-Black Panther costume?
Exactly.
That could be kind of fun and interesting.
It'd be kind of fun to do that. Well, he because he has such a history with Wakanda, so
Yeah.
I would think that would be. I think that would be a good direction. One thing I'm noticing, and it's happening now. Are you noticing, and do you think we'll see more of a crossover of actual actors being on the Disney Plus series in Marvel and the movies, feature films themselves? Because we're seeing we all know that Mackie is going to be Captain America. So here he is. And plus he was in the other Avenger movie. So in the movie, on stream, back in the movies. Same with Sebastian. We're seeing these actors. Used to for a movie star, it would be death going to a TV series.
Yes.
Okay, but now it's totally different. With streaming, it's almost like you can flow in and out of streaming and movies. Have you observed this as well?
I think so. And I think the difference is having a streaming show.
Yeah.
Not working for a traditional network.
Yeah.
I think that is the key to this difference. I think movie actors are probably still skittish of working on a traditional network produced TV show.
Oh yeah, I can.
But like you said, I think, Marvel has all but said it's all going to be canon. It's all going to be crossover. We're going to have people weave in and out. They have said it's going to happen. Now we just need to see it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Seeing Julia Louis-Dreyfus show up with a cameo in Black Widow would give us, just that one little bit.
That piece, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Seeing somebody like Sebastian Stan show up in the Black Panther 2, that would go a long way.
Yeah.
We haven't, since the launch of Disney Plus Marvel shows, we haven't had a movie.
No, we haven't.
There hasn't been a movie released. The only movie that's scheduled to release soon is Black Widow.
Yeah,
And it was
exactly.
really produced way before this. So, was it going to ever, did they even plan on it having crossovers? I'm not even sure.
I don't know.
And then you've got Shang-Chi coming up later in the year, which doesn't really fit into anything that they're doing on Disney Plus. So I don't expect to see any crossovers there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they stick to their guns and they do what they said and they actually do get people crossing over. But I think the actors are more likely to sign on to something that's a TV show if it's on a streaming service.
I agree with that, and I think, I think personally, Marvel. I think Marvel and Disney Plus, even with the Star Wars canon, I think they made such a continuity where it's easy to flow in and out of.
Yeah.
I think actors, because when I look at Disney Plus, I don't think of a TV show. I mean, the quality of these shows are theatrical quality, and so for me, I mean, you see that.
That's exactly what
yeah,
Jason just said. I also
yeah,
think the difference is the quality that's being put into these shows. Regular TV shows never have the budget that movie
yeah,
level TV shows have. And that I definitely agree with that.
yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
definitely agree with that. I think that is a big difference as well.
yeah. So, I mean, I look forward to that, and I really hope they, Sebastian, sorry, Stan,
Sebastian,
yes. I really hope that he will be on Captain America 4, because
I
because we
think
talked
it's,
about this before. It has to, because they work so well together.
yeah.
And like you
I'm
said,
still a little skittish of I like Anthony Mackie. I'm still a little skittish of him
about carrying a movie by
carrying
himself.
a
Yes.
solo movie.
We
I
talked
feel
about
better
this.
about it than I did,
Yeah.
but I still am not quite there.
Well, I mean, we had the discussion before it came out. We knew that Falcon and Winter Soldier was going to come out. We knew it was going to be on Disney Plus. We knew that,
Yeah.
And we talked about it, and we thought, this is a good, this was a good, avenue for them, because me and you, we felt like neither one of them by themselves could
Right.
carry a movie. And so, but we did say, hey, now together that'd be great. And
Yeah.
of course, we watched the show and we thought, yes, these two guys, they work well together. I can see them both being in a movie together.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so,
Michael talks about said something about we could see Trevor Slattery again on Shang-Chi. I hope not. Let
hope
that
not either.
story die.
let it die.
That was so lame. I was so disappointed that we didn't get a real Mandarin the first time.
Yeah, I know.
And we're just barely getting a real Mandarin this time.
yeah,
We're getting
exactly.
closer. We're definitely getting an MCU style Mandarin this time. He's still not the comics Mandarin I wanted, but that's okay. It'll be all right. I'll
okay.
live. I'll live.
I thought this was interesting, and IMDb. If you look on there, it says it shows Anthony Mackie, but right next to it, rumored.
Yes.
And I just looked that up today because I was curious what.
Yeah,
So-
that's the best I've seen as well. It's assumed. It
assumed.
shouldn't say rumored. It should say assumed.
Assumed.
It's not a rumor. Everybody just thinks that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And it should.
Yeah,
As it should.
If you're going to call it Captain America 4 and Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson is
Yeah.
Captain America, he should be in Captain America 4. Makes sense.
I absolutely think it has to happen. Does he have to play it as a solo movie? I don't know. He doesn't
I hope not.
I hope they bring
hope
Sebastian
not.
Stan back. I think it'll be good.
Yeah. I agree.
But that is funny that Captain America 4 is rumored.
Exactly. I saw that and I thought you would like that. So
That is my kind of information.
yeah,
I love me some IMDb.
I know you do.
Honestly, it is one of my favorite places to hang out. Now,
Oh, I know
I
that's
will
it.
say, the writers, I believe, are set. Like they're
Yes, the
legitly on
writers.
board.
Yes, they are.
So
Yeah.
is it Dallin Moosin? I think is one of them.
Yes.
I don't remember who else. But oh, Malcolm Spellman, and they both worked on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show,
Yes.
which honestly puts some credence in the idea that they'll bring both characters back.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, Marvel's just being Marvel. They're just being secretive.
They
and
just don't like. Yeah, I know. It's like you
how
go,
do they keep how do they keep Julius Dreyfus from not being known? I mean, it was shock to everybody. I had no clue.
They don't put her on. They don't put her name onto IMDb until
Yeah, exactly.
they release the episode. That's
Exactly.
exactly how they do it.
Yeah, they don't have Tom Holland speaking about it. They, you know, they just
That one did kind of floor me though. When she walked out, I was like, "What in the world am I watching right now?"
I thought Kramer was going to come up behind her. I did not know that. You know, I thought Seinfeld would come out and do a monologue or something.
Yeah.
But no, I thought she was really good, and it was like really quirky, and it was like, oh, this is a fascinating character. This is interesting, and so when I started doing research for the show, I found myself diving into her comic book past and the possibilities of her, and again, I think she can bring a whole new. Even though it's the government, you know, it's almost but maybe it's like, well, you know how Hydra infiltrated Shield.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I could see something like that happening.
See, so this is what I'm a little fearful of for Captain America 4.
Yeah.
That they almost make it a continuation of the show.
Oh, yeah.
In this way. They legitimately set up Thunderbolts with John Walker, U.S. agent, leading them, and they are the official government team.
Yeah.
And then, but everybody knows they're not the right guys, and they're really doing things wrong. But John Walker's too much of a numbskull to pick up on it. And then, you know, Sam as Captain America has to come in and save the day with a group of heroes. So he recruits Bucky and whoever else he can get, and we rehash Civil War with Thunderbolts versus the Avengers.
Yeah.
I think that would be. I'm fearful that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, because that's just. It's overdone. It's done.
We've already seen Civil War. We don't need a Civil War 2.
Yeah.
Even though in the comics they did a Civil War 2.
I know.
But you know, I don't want to see that happen.
I don't either. Believe me.
If they pull Thunderbolts out, I want John Walker to figure out. I want John Walker to lead them. And John Walker to figure out that Zemo was really behind it the whole time, and him turn on the team and save the day as U.S. agent. I think that could be fun.
I can go with that. I can go with that. It's different. I mean, not different, but it could be something by itself. It doesn't have to be a tie-in with Captain America.
Yes.
So
the only thing is,
there's
no Thunderbolts movie on the schedule.
No, it's not.
This is all super conjecture. Honestly, there's not a good fit on the schedule for John Walker to show up in a movie right now.
No, there's
other than Captain America 4, and I don't want him to show up in that movie.
No, he's. We've had it on the show. We had it on the series. Now let's do something fresh.
I want him to show up somewhere else. I just don't know where he could fit in right now.
Well, I mean, right now, you think about, Black Widow is coming out on July the 9th. We got the Loki series premiere on June the 11th.
He's
on
not
Disney
going to be in
Plus.
that.
No, he's not. But I was thinking on the not Black Widow, but as far as movies are coming up, I look forward to the Black Widow. Is there any specific movies that are coming up in the Marvel Universe that you're looking forward to? Because now, of course, it's not really Marvel Universe. It's more of Sony. But man, I'm looking forward to Venom. That's
Venom
a biggie for me.
Yes. Venom Let There Be Carnage looks really good. Black Widow I'm super excited about.
Yeah,
I've been
I am
hyped
too.
about that one for a long time.
Yes.
I am cautiously optimistic about Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I actually really want to see Shang-Chi. I'm just concerned, is this really going to be an MCU movie, or is this just going to be a Marvel produced martial arts movie, and we'll never see Shang-Chi move into the bigger MCU world?
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's a great character, but basically he's just an excellent martial artist. He doesn't have superhero skills, and he doesn't have a suit. Like, at least Sam doesn't have super powers, but he does have a super suit and a shield.
Well, I can see him. I can see him flow into the multiverse, especially with Doctor Strange. Because Doctor Strange,
True.
There's more of an Asian essence there of the monks and protecting.
Now I could see that happening. That could happen. I'm not looking forward to Eternals.
I'm not either. I'm not. I'm concerned about that.
I hope it does well.
Yeah.
I just am not excited. It doesn't excite me at all.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I'm not either. And one of the things that there's a couple other things that are coming up. Black Panther 2 will be really interesting because I want to see how they handle the loss of Bossman, and how they honor him and how they continue. They pass the baton somehow, and then I want to. What else do we have coming up that I'm really looking forward to?
Let's see. We've got Spider-Man No Way Home. That's probably going to be really good. We've got Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That's probably going to be really good and weird. Yeah. What's this? Michael says, I'm hugely looking forward to Eternals because it will introduce my favorite Avenger after Cap, the Black Knight. Yes, that is actually the thing that I'm kind of vaguely interested in. Yeah. It's how they are going to fit the Black Knight into this wild movie with all these characters. There's just so many people in this movie. But that is the one thing I'm not excited about it. I'm curious. I am curious.
Yeah.
So we got Doctor Strange next. Then we've got Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay.
I am hopeful. I
hope I'm wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too.
I don't want Padme to have the hammer. I don't want Padme to have a hammer.
Natalie Portman, please
just
do a good job. Please do a good job.
Just do it.
Why didn't you pick?
If she does, I'll say metachlorians. If she does a good job, because I know that's how much I don't want this to suck.
Man, my goodness.
I can't. Just get
Jane
that's
dies and becomes Valkyrie. Actually, I mean, we had Valkyrie. Why didn't you give her the hammer?
Give her the hammer.
If you wanted a female Thor,
I would have been
ditch the whole Jane Foster story.
I would have been
and give it to Valkyrie. Yes. I actually would have loved to see that movie. Honestly,
I would too. I'd be excited to see that
because she's a great actress,
and she's a natural leader that you saw. She was a natural leader. She was a warrior. She's a leader. She's a warrior, and she has problems. Yes,
Natalie Portman has sadness. What is she? I don't know what she has. She has sadness. That's all I know.
She has sadness.
Sadness to the point of death. I don't know. I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
I just don't.
For the sake of the Thor series continuing, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
You know what's
Same
missing from
here.
Phase 4? The capstone. Every other phase ended with an Avengers movie. Yeah, kind of. That
Yeah.
is kind of the thing. There are no that and I think that's part of my problem with like, we don't have a Thunderbolts movie scheduled.
No.
We don't have an Avengers movie scheduled. We don't
No.
have anything good for John Walker to really show up in.
Nope.
To you know, for goodness sake, do a West Coast Avengers story. Put together a whole new team, put John Walker in
That
charge of it.
no,
That could
that'd
be
be fun.
fun.
That could be fun. I would. Yeah. I would
Get
totally dig that.
bring in some of the oddball guys. Bring Ant-Man
Yeah.
in.
And yeah, exactly.
Because he's weird anyway.
yeah.
you
Squirrel
know.
Girl. Bring that in. Bring Squirrel
Now,
Girl in.
now,
Yeah. Bring that in.
now, that's the Great Lakes Avengers.
Oh,
but-
sorry about that. I just wanted to throw that in there.
No, that's great. But you could pull the new
Yeah.
Miss Marvel over to the West
Yeah.
Coast Avengers. I think she's on the West Coast anyway. We don't have a Young Avengers movie scheduled, although
There's
it
some
definitely
rumors
feels
about it. Yeah, there's
there
some
definitely-
rumors on that.
definitely feels like they're building up to it, but there's no
Yeah.
movie scheduled. But they've got such a big slate for four already. Like the Fantastic Four is our best bet for a big event crossover movie.
Yeah, I agree with that.
To have the Fantastic Four come into existence and create some universe shattering problem.
Yeah.
Because we got Doctor Strange, but it's coming so early, it doesn't feel like the capstone like Michael was talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't feel like there's
Yeah.
not something to wrap up Phase 4 other than Fantastic Four, and Blade is sure not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much of the production, because of all the stuff that's been going on, the rescheduling and all that, just really now Marvel's trying to sew it all together, sew it back up, because again, Black Widow was supposed to come out first, and
Yeah.
then these other things were supposed to line up with that, and it's almost like it's out of order.
Yes, some of it definitely is. And honestly, I think what is going to happen is we're not going to get a Phase 4 capstone.
Yeah.
We will probably get something in Phase 4 that will push us to Phase
Yeah.
5. And
Yeah, I
Phase
agree.
5 will have the big, huge crossover movie.
Mhm.
But Phase 5 isn't, we don't have anything.
No, really. Not.
Probably Captain America 4 is going to be Phase 5. Deadpool 3, since it's only just barely in pre-production, is probably Phase 5, if they even really put it in the universe.
Oh yeah.
What else? Probably at that point we need to see a Young Avengers. We
Well,
probably need to see some big team up movie coming up in Phase 5.
Well, what was in the Falcon and Winter Soldier? Sam gave his red wing to Torres. He was the young man who was
Yes.
kind of his. Yes.
And some people have hinted that
Yeah.
is it possible he's kind of a tinkerer anyway? Is
Is
it
he-
possible he
yeah.
could put the wings back together and he could replace Falcon as the Falcon? But then you've got Cap Falcon.
Yeah.
So why do you
Yeah,
have
but-
two winged Avengers? It gets a little weird.
Well, and then you have
but-
Eli Bradley, who was the grandson of Isaiah Bradley, and
Yeah.
you may have something.
So
there.
you got possibly a Patriot. Yeah. Young Avengers, Michael is talking about that. We've got Billy and Tommy, possible, but they disappeared. Kate Bishop for sure because of the Hawkeye show that's coming up. Cassie grew up in Endgame, yes, but they're replacing her with a new actress for the upcoming Ant-Man movie,
Yeah.
which I'm sad about. I mean,
sad too.
I didn't really know the other actress. I had no relation. I just thought that's just kind of disappointing. You signed up for a movie to be a character, to be the grown-up daughter of Ant-Man, thinking, this means I could be Stature. And
Yeah.
they went, nah, we're gonna cast somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
we've got
know.
Isaiah Bradley,
So
Patriot. We've
yeah,
got an Ironheart show, which is a teenage Iron Man, female
yeah.
teenage Iron Man. We've got, we
Let me ask
Skrulls
you this though:
exist, so Hulkling is a possibility. Just
do
so
you
many options
do
for
you think
that.
that this could all lead to some burnout though? If
How do you
things
mean?
look, well, the reason I ask is that I'm talking about not for the hardcores, but I'm talking about the people, the casual people who, they've seen the Avenger, Tony Stark, they love the Captain America and all this, and then they start seeing this rehash of some, newer characters. I'm
Yeah.
just throwing it out there. I'm excited about it, and I hope they do a good job. But they need to keep it fresh.
Yes.
They need to keep it fresh, and that's what I was talking about. I don't want to see what I saw on Disney Plus on the big screen. I want to see. I don't mind the tie, but give me something fresh. Give me,
Yes.
let's keep the continuity, but
I,
let's
I I agree with you there.
yeah,
But we get this conversation. This conversation comes up not between you and me, but
yeah,
in the media
yeah. I know.
about this time every year.
Yes,
And
I
they
do.
talk about superhero burnout.
Yeah,
Does the world want another superhero movie? And the answer is
yes,
yes, if it's good.
yes. If it's good,
Yes, if it's good.
that's right.
What will give you superhero burnout is bad superhero movies.
That's right. If you get a good movie like Green Lantern, it's then you're gonna do. So yeah, you can.
Michael says Phase 5 is She-Hulk Wakanda Forever. See,
I
I
wanna
kind
see
of
it-
thought that as well, but
Yeah.
when I look at all the fandom pages, all of that is listed as Phase 4. As
Yeah.
if none of
Yeah.
that is Phase 5. So I'm
Yeah.
not clear on where the break is. I am excited about Moon Knight.
I am
I'm
too.
excited about Moon Knight, but
I am
we're talking
too.
2022. And
Yeah,
actually,
there's gonna be a
Michael,
little bit.
all those shows you mentioned, almost all of those are scheduled for 2022. So just
Yeah.
next year,
Yeah.
which puts them well in Phase 4. Ironheart's TBA, so we don't know what's going to happen there.
Hey,
And
I wanna
speaking
say
of
we-
Ironheart, go ahead.
Then I was gonna say, I see that we have a viewer on Twitch. We want to give a shout out. Thank you for joining.
Whoever's watching on Twitch, we'd love
Thank
to hear from you. Send us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. So, one thing about Ironheart, kind
Yeah.
of, is there's on the schedule a show. It's going to be a Disney Plus show called Armor Wars.
Yes. Yeah.
And the assumption is this is going to be the show for War Machine, for the Rhodey character.
Yes, the Rhodey character.
Which could tie into Ironheart as well, because that's an Iron Man tie-in.
Yeah.
So actually, that one maybe not a bad place for U.S. Agent to show up, but I don't think it's the best place for him to show up.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But I'm interested to see what Iron Wars really brings us, because we've kind of seen all the bad Iron Man wearers,
Yeah.
and they weren't all that great. So I'm not sure where they're going with that one, but it's TBA. Who knows? Probably 2023.
I love James Rhodey. Oh, we got
Okay.
some bat nipples going on here.
Yeah. This is Michael's proof that you get superhero burnout when you have bad movies, and that is bat nipples. Yeah,
Well,
I'm with you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Media always claims there's burnout, this or enough of that. What people want is something good. That's all. I agree wholeheartedly. Give me something good, and I'm good with it. But you make it lame, and yeah, I'll get burnt out really fast.
Exactly. Exactly. Who's the guy who, I can't remember the actor's name, who plays Rhodey?
I can't remember either.
I was actually trying to look. I was actually trying
It's
to
not
look
the
at his
original
name.
guy.
No, yeah, that was kind of it's kind of bad.
Oh yeah, that's a story right there. If you ever read that story, Terrence Howard was the original roadie, and I mean, he basically says he got shafted by Robert Downey Jr. He does not like Robert Downey Jr. now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle.
John Cheadle.
Don Cheadle is so that is going to be his kind of debut show to be
Yeah.
the main guy. So that'll be interesting. U.S. government driven probably
Yeah.
because Don Cheadle is, he's a
The
Army Air Force guy.
officer, yeah.
He's an Air Force guy first, and iron, is he going to be War Machine or is he going to try to pick up the Iron Man mantle?
I don't know. I mean, he may be conflicted. Maybe something may happen where he swears off the military or the U.S. government because he sees something going on in the inside. The story can go anywhere because how Marvel is. But I like Don Cheadle, and I would love to see. I don't know if he could.
Don
carry
Cheadle
it.
is thinking funny.
I mean, I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, I think
so
he can. I'm not sure you're.
You know where I was going with. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't see him carrying a movie by himself, but
Can he carry a show by himself?
I think so. I mean,
And who's going to go? And if he's going to
I
have
mean,
a
I
partner, I don't know who it's going to be right now.
would be John Favreau.
Yeah, there you go. Now,
I mean, I like
that could be good. Actually,
Yeah, that's what I mean because
that
he's,
could be. It could be Rhodey.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have, he's got the armor, but he doesn't actually have the Friday, or he doesn't have the butler, the computer butler. So he's got Favreau.
I think that'd be great. I think that'd be
Can you imagine
hilarious.
Favreau's got all these screens around? Oh, okay, Rhodey. Okay, this is what's happening right now. He's like, can you talk a little faster?
I mean, I'm sure I'm sure Favreau's schedule's not full, but
Oh no, not at all.
But man,
Michael
that'd be
says
awesome.
Michael says he can't see Riri Williams as Ironheart with no Tony Stark. And that is a big problem, and I don't know how they're going to overcome that. But I don't think they'll bring Rhodey in to fix that. It doesn't
No, I
make
don't-
sense.
Yeah, I don't see that.
But that's kind of where we are. I don't know. I don't have anything. I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, there's some other goofy stuff that's coming out. We got She-Hulk, and I
Yeah.
keep reading that that's going to be a comedy.
That's what
So
it
now
sounds like to me,
I
yeah.
don't know how that's going to fit into the bigger MCU, or if
I
it's
don't
going to
know,
be more
yeah.
like MODOK. It's going to be such a comedy that it's
Which
really
I'm
not.
looking forward to.
I am looking forward to MODOK, but it is not considered MCU. It is
No.
not canon.
No.
We got Secret Invasion that's TBA.
Yeah.
That'll be the Nick Fury show,
Yeah.
and then I Am Groot, whatever that is. I think it's going to be a cartoon.
It has to be animation. That's the only thing I can think of. Only thing I can think of. Man, I think we
This is interesting. Iron Patriot armor ends up worn by Osborn, but we don't have an Osborn yet.
no.
And to get an Osborn, you have to sign Sony to the deal because Osborn is a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
He's not
Exactly.
He's not a Iron Man villain.
That's right.
Good. I like the idea. You got the Dark Avengers. Now, if you do Dark Avengers, now that you've got a place for John Walker to show up.
Yeah. I
But
agree
we
with that.
don't, we don't have that
Yeah.
on the schedule at all. I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, we got Guardians of the Galaxy 3 too, somewhere
That's
out there.
right. Okay.
But we
That's
gotta
right.
get, the director has to get done with his stinking
Oh, yeah,
what's the Suicide Squad, because
Yeah,
that is completely different
completely
than
different.
Suicide Squad.
That's right. The
If you put a "the" in front of your movie, it is completely different.
It makes it totally different.
It's the
Like-
worst naming convention I've ever seen.
I don't
Like,
understand
really?
it.
That because I was like, okay, we had the Suicide Squad. Why are we calling this one the Suicide Squad? What? It's that's the difference.
I think it's
The.
I think it's a Suicide Squad that he actually wanted, so he had to put a "the" in front of it. So, I don't know. I don't know. But man, we've is about a hour and a half we've been on the air.
Michael says like the Batman.
The
Yeah, but we
Batman.
haven't. Have we actually had a movie called Batman other than was the very first was the Keaton movie called just Batman?
Yeah, it was Batman.
That was, but that's the only one, right? None
Yeah.
of the other ones. It was always Batman Returns,
Yeah.
The Dark Knight. It wasn't just Batman. So I get where you're going. I think I'll let this one pass just because it's only been 30 years since that movie came out.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'll let him slide on that one. But okay, I don't have anything else. You got anything?
I don't
else?
either. No, I think we dried this up pretty much, but
We have exhausted the world of
yes.
Marvel today.
No Marvel next week.
I
I
have
don't know what
no
we're gonna
idea.
do next week.
I have no.
But we're gonna
clue what
figure
we're talking
something
about.
out. Yeah. We're gonna talk about whatever we're gonna talk about something nerdy.
Something nerdy.
Something nerdy.
We're gonna speak about something nerdy.
That's right. I think we're
So-
good, man.
Just as a reminder, you can
Reminder.
find us on Facebook, Instagram, and did we do Twitter? No.
Yeah, well, we have a Twitter.
We have a
but
Twitter, but we don't use it.
but we don't
Okay.
use it. It's there for laughs, I guess. I don't know.
But so you can find us at something at Speaking Nerdy. You should be able to find us on YouTube now at if you search Speaking Nerdy podcast.
Speaking nerdy.
And my goal is that we have an actual factual podcast. I'm going to be uploading audio to
An actual podcast.
Yes, like on if you
Oh,
go
that's
to
right.
Apple Podcasts, you should be able to find something nerdy.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yep. Hey, Todd, you're only an hour and a half late.
What happened to Todd? I'm really upset. The whole time I'm waiting for him to show up, and now getting to the end of the show, you don't get credit. You don't get credit for that. I think Todd's mad. I think Todd's upset with me.
Todd's mad with you.
Yeah.
Did you do something?
I don't know. I usually
Did you do something naughty?
I
Naughty.
probably did. I've always done something wrong.
Oh, what is
On a
this?
date with his wife.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
well,
Didn't you just have an anniversary?
you got to do that every once in a while. You couldn't do that on a different night.
Don't you know it's Wednesday nights? Don't you have your priorities? Hey, I wasn't the most late one.
Hey, Rob.
That's right. That's funny.
So, before we go, like, subscribe, push whatever button, click the bell, wherever you're watching. Just do whatever it is to get reminders about us, okay? We would love to see you back next week.
What happened? That wasn't the link I wanted.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's the link to our YouTube channel. Check it out. Subscribe. Get your
Yeah.
friends to subscribe. We're really trying to hit 100 so we can get
Yeah.
our vanity URL.
That's right. You don't
And,
have friends make friends and send them that way. I mean, be on the, have a sign, work
Whatever.
for, whatever. I'm done.
Will work for clicks.
For clicks.
And we have a new outro this week. Is that what you wanted to click on again?
Not really. Well, I mean, you can't click on that and go anywhere. That's sad.
No,
You can't do that?
not from here. They might be able to
Oh,
from
that's
there.
not right. Okay.
But
All
okay,
righty,
so-
man.
But hey, we've got a new outro too. You ready?
Oh, that's right.
The
Let's
music's
do it.
probably going to be really loud. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did that.
I messed
Don't
that
blame
up.
me. There we go.
This has been the Something About Something podcast. Oh, I said the wrong name.
Oh, this is going to take a while. This is going to take
I
a while.
said the wrong name. I give up. I give up for the night. I'm done. Put a fork in me.
Hey, look at that. Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, Todd. I
wanted
am
to
on
put
my
that out
journey
there.
right now.
That's
I
right.
just started my journey. Maybe I'll have 20 pounds lost in 4 weeks too.
Oh, man. Is it time yet?
I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Let's leave.